Hey guys, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our daily stock market insights. Time now is 1 in the morning and it's already April 14th, 2021. So this is going to be a pre-open stock market analysis for our favorite stocks in the Philippine market. So if this is the type of video that you want to watch every single day, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. All right, let's get started so we can cover more stocks this evening. Let's start with our index. Our index, as we have forecasted previously, we've seen a high possibility that it is going to retrace, and indeed it is moving in the direction as what we have anticipated. And this is already the third day of being red. So as I mentioned in our previous videos, we could see a big possibility that our previous support could be challenged once again. And if we are to revisit the 6,300 or even worse, 6,200, uh, the next thing that we are to observe is how our RSI is behaving. If we see this kind of pattern moving in the moving up, then chances are we could be facing bullish divergence by that time. But first, of course, we have to check. We have to check and see if we are going to create some stabilization either here, which makes it double bottom, or maybe at this point when it drops right over here, which is still going to respect our downtrend channel right there. So if that happens, we gotta observe how our RSI is going to behave at that point. But chances are, if we're just going to talk about our April 14th possible performance for the index, I'm still, and this is just me, I'm still on the bearish side. We could see another red, but who knows? We could just have a long wick down below and then we go bounce on the same day. But the chances of it dropping at the 6,300, that's one thing I have a strong conviction as of the moment. I'm not wishing though, but I see a big possibility that that could be revisited either today or the following days, right? So at this point, it's still worth looking into the individual stocks because this is a consolidated or a collective performance of the stocks in the index. So we gotta check out each one, right? So this is how we're going to approach this. Like what I've done previously, I would sort our stocks from all stocks and then we sort it from highly traded ones down to wherever we can reach. Okay, so again, this is just the index. This represents the top 33 stocks in the market, and that represents the index for PSEI. Okay. Now, just a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I also have a mid to long-term profile as an investor trader because I do have a full-time job. And as you notice, I would always record late in the evening because I make sure that I, I really focus on what I do during business hours, and I can only do this after I'm done with my work. Okay, so that's my profile. I'm more of a mid to long-term investor. So you'd notice in my previous videos, my stocks don't change every single day. I hold on to them by weeks or even months. Some are years. Okay, let's talk about the number one stock that was highly traded today. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of effort from this stock was just negated in a day's worth of performance. Okay, so we're now back at the MA20 level, very near the MA20 line. So what I can say here is that for those people who may have not or who were not able to enter at cheaper level, I'd say this is an opportunity indeed. Because one, personally, I have a strong sentiment for ACEN, one of one of the many growth stocks in the market, because of course of its business model. This is into renewable energy, and the people managing the business is one of the big players in the country. So there are some news. I'm not sure if that's just a speculation, or there's an official news about ACEN now or soon to become one of the stocks in the index. So don't quote me on that yet. I'm not very active in the social media feed or the news. So if that's just a speculation or a hype, don't quote me on that. But I just read it somewhere. I'm not. So please do feel free to drop a comment about that kind of news or speculation. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's a very good story in case that happens anytime soon. And that will really boost the image of the company, enticing more investors to invest, because now this is part of the index. So in case the price hits around 712 by tomorrow, worst is if it even drops near the 661, even better. But I doubt, I'm not 100% sure that this level will be hit by tomorrow. But the probability of it touching the MA20 line is a bit high. Okay, so now take a look at this level. And worst is if it drops 666. That's an opportunity for those people who may have not entered as of yet. All right, the next stock we're going to revisit would be Dito. Okay, Dito also gave us a chance with foreign buying at 8.54 million. Um, Investors are again showing signs of interest here. Let me see. Net foreign. Net foreign. Okay, so yesterday, which is on the 12th, Monday we had some selling, but today it's 8.5 on foreign buying, and we're now sitting at the MA20 line. So this is a good area to retest once again, because we're just sitting at a possible support. It's the MA20 line. Okay, so we're still at the accumulation phase, you guys. So not hyping, but for those people who are also into long-term investing for Dito, this is still accumulating. So don't expect for your money to double in price in just a span of a week or two. This is for the long haul, guys. I am looking at 3 or even 5 years for your money to really uh, pay off big time, right? So we're not expecting for it to reach the thousands level, but at least 20 to even 50 would be a significant increase. But right now it's the time when investors are accumulating. BDO still on the red, revisited our previous support right here. So we thought that this is already starting to show some signs of improvement, but we got rejected at the MA20 line. So the gain we got from the previous day, all right, over here, it was just taken away the following day with a much even bigger volume and selling right here. Foreign selling is at 52 million. The previous day, foreign buying was, I think this is just zero. Okay, so let us see. This is again a support area. For several days we were just touching this level. There's also a support right here, slight overshoot. So we don't know, we could even be having a slight overshoot as well at the MA20 at the support area. So 100, 101. I'm looking at the level where we are at as a still a possible support. But then again, if you want to play it safe, let us see if as we go sideways here. Let us first check number one, if it will go sideways at this area around 101 or 100, and then probably our next trigger is when we see a significant change in the volume, like this one, right? Imagine this, it was dropping, okay, and then volume, and then all of a sudden there's a big green over here. So that means buying sentiment has won, and then there was a continuation. Okay, let's try to check some other examples here. This one is a perfect example as well. We started crossing the MA20 line. Volume wasn't there, but the fact that it crossed, that could have been our trigger. But most, I bet, may have entered right here. One, because it was triggering the upper Bollinger Band coming from a constricted band. Number two, the change in the volume was significantly bigger right here. So that means buying sentiment um, was taking the lead, right? So see this? It was on this day. But the first trigger for those people who were on the aggressive side, the moment it crossed the MA20, that was their trigger. That was their bullish sign. And then there was continuation. And as we all know, when we start triggering, start doing breakout of our resistance, we revisit it. That's always the case when we have breakout like this one. This used to be a resistance. Breakout, continue going up, and then it goes back to the previous resistance, creating a support, and then continues to move up again. So try to observe previous behaviors of a stock, and most likely it could just happen once again. So in this case, okay, so that's what we are trying to anticipate and we're waiting for. We try to go sideways here. I'm thinking we go sideways, we become more constricted as we go sideways, and we either start triggering the upper band, okay, and then once we trigger that, pair it with the right volume, then you see a sustained improved performance. That's my outlook. ICT. ICT, we're currently sitting at a possible resistance right over here. We're showing signs of weakness. That's why we are slowly, right, moving downwards. But what's interesting here is the increase in the volume. So we could, right, we could be establishing a support now at the MA20 line, but we gotta be extra careful, right? So if you want to do test buy at the MA20 line, okay, try to get in as near as you can to the 124.50 or 124.55. But if your main objective is just to trade, make sure that once it negates your bias, cut loss early. Otherwise, if your loss really drops significantly and you're not able to do it, I suggest we pay the price. Just to wait for it to go up. Okay? Cutting losses will only work if you're able to do it early. Otherwise, if you're always late in cutting your loss, you'll burn your portfolio. When I say you'll burn it, you'll lose money. You officially lose it because you're selling it at a loss. Right, let's go next. MBT. MBT, okay, this is our support. We got a breakdown in the price. Not a good story. So chances are we will be testing this. Okay, we'll test this level. Resistance right here, resistance right here. So that could become our support. So we're still on the defensive mode here. There could still be a continuation moving downward. So not looking good, but this is still MBT. MBT is a very solid company. So just hang in there. Actually, that's once we see stabilization, we can buy more. Now let's talk about Ali. So Ali looks like this is also triggering a breakdown in the price. Look at this. This used to be a support right here, right? But we had a slight overshoot downwards. So I'm not sure if this is going to continue moving downwards, right? Sometimes it's just an overshoot down below, but given that the selling pressure is still on, or look at that, slightly higher volume is still there, we could most likely see a continuation right here, and could revisit your 31 area. And why am I saying that? Why am I saying that this could be a support? Because you move to the left as you go down, the next point here that you see that could be a potential support is right over here. Okay, so it could be slightly higher or lower. There's also a confirmation right here, which was your previous resistance. Oops. There. See that? This one too. So just disregard this slight overshoot down and down below or slightly higher, because that's an area. So just be extra careful. I'm still on the bearish side for Ali. Okay, URC, it's a 4.59% drop, and as you know, in the Philippine market, a 5% drop or 4.5% drop is huge. It's already a significant drop. But what's interesting is that we just dropped right at the MA20 line. So what we can do here is draw a support at the MA20 level. But tomorrow or later today, it could be a make or break day, because if most of the sentiment happens higher than 131, that simply means that we have respected our MA20, which is a potential support when we're higher than that. Okay, but if the overall sentiment is below the MA20, so the yellow line is our MA20, it's a moving average in the past 20 days. If the action happens lower than that, then bearish sentiment is still high. So now this previous support can become a resistance once we break the support. So if that happens, then our next support could be around 121, right over here. See that? This level over here. There could also be a possible support at the 126 because of this consolidation and because of this. So try to take note of these key levels, 126, 121. Those are your areas of focus. All right, so I think those are the stocks. These are the stocks we have discussed for this evening, the highly traded ones. It's already 1:27 in the morning, and thank you guys for watching. I hope we had enough time to cover more stocks today, but I think this will be it for this evening. But feel free to drop a comment if you want your stocks to be prioritized tomorrow. And yeah, let's good luck in your trades. I hope you are profitable, and just be on a defensive side. The market is still not on the safe side as of yet. Bearish sentiment is still strongly influencing the market performance. So study, okay? Don't forget to study. Don't rely your actions on what's being hyped in the social media feed. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and bye-bye for now.